So my fourth example is matter other than grapes. Now this is quite different from the other ones I've talked about because we already know how to deal with this. We already have solutions for removing leaves and stalks and other material that shouldn't be in a harvest bin. And those techniques range from having people pull the bits out right up to sophisticated vision systems. But what does a grower do that does not want to buy a expensive new harvester that has a vision system already as part of the harvester, or doesn't have the people to go through, or can't afford to use people to go through and pull out the matter other than grapes? And they already have a harvester that works quite well. So here we've got a problem because we have all the knowledge about what needs to be done, but we don't have a way of doing it that works for this segment of the sector. And this is where the story starts with a small engineering company in Australia that have developed a bolt-on removal unit. So it's a vision systems that can go onto an existing harvester, and it can go onto on a bin or in the harvester or on the boom of a harvester. And this video will just give you an idea of how that works. It's very simple. This is the unit built onto the boom of a harvester. So the material that's been picked is sorted. The grapes go into the harvester bin or the gondola that's going alongside it, and the stalks and the leaves and everything else is just left behind in the vineyard. So this is a existing, not new harvester that has this unit added to it. So in this case, so I've said this company produced this innovation. They wanted to do some trials, which is normal. You would like to do some trials in the industry. They wanted some data that would tell them something about the efficiency of their innovation. So that all happened, and really that's a picture from one of the trials, video from one of the trials. So it works really well. It separates out the fruit from the material that's not grapes. And that's important because that will improve the wine quality, and we all know that. The interesting thing from this trial is that the wineries involved both appreciated the removal of MOG because of the wine quality improvement, but surprisingly, maybe to them as well, what they found more valuable is that when the fruit came into the winery, it was so much faster to process because it didn't have MOG in it. Now, in hindsight, that seems very simple, but in fact it was probably more important to the wineries involved than the actual removal or the improvement in wine quality. So I wanted to point that out because that's another, it's important when we have a technology that's quite high on the TRL level, but it's not yet in the market, that the people, the suppliers of that technology really do need to understand very well what their value proposition is. And if they don't, then it never makes it to the market. And then that research never really bridges that gap. So being able to understand what all the benefits are it's pretty important. And that really does come from that trial between industry, people within the wine industry and the suppliers to the industry. And again, I've got to say, I've been delighted to hear so many presentations today where we had both the company and the researcher speaking about a topic.